Okay, hello everyone. We're back. Market breakdown, 19th of the 3rd, 23. Basically going to be going over some of last week's PA and this week's review, forecast, should I say. So, right, let's get straight into it and have a look for news at this moment in time. Here we go. Get the news up. Okay, so you can see we have no news tomorrow. We have some CAD news on Tuesday, but what we're interested in is Wednesday. We've got GBP news at 7 a.m. Shouldn't really be that big of an issue. And then USD news at 6 p.m., which is way out of our trading time anyway. So this should hopefully set us up for the next day, which is Thursday. And we have GBP news at 12 p.m. alongside USD unemployment claims. So be cautious of Thursday. Maybe be able to get a nice trade in London session Thursday before the news hits. Friday we have Euro, GBP, and USD. There's a lot of, we trade GBP, USD, Euro USD, and this is a big news day for that. So I'd be very cautious on the Friday as well. So last week we all know that big week in the market. Loads of news pretty much all day, every day. That's why there wasn't too many opportunities to capitalise on last week. But nonetheless, we'll get into breaking down EURUSD now. Let's get into it. Right, so what happened overall last week? Let's go back to last Monday. Friday, 10th of March. We started the week. Okay. Sunday, yeah. Okay, so this is how we started the week last week. Let's get rid of all of this shit. Friday. Here we go. Let's ignore that. Let's ignore this. So, at this moment in time, all I'd be seeing is this to be a break in structure and this to be our sweep from here, like this. This is actually an order flow realignment because we're aligning with higher time frame structure as we are in a higher time frame demand here. We're in this demand, and then now this whole section here becomes the new demand that you could potentially look to long. But as I keep saying, I'm really not convinced that we're going to be going much higher into this section. I really think that we're going to start to break down to January low, which I've been saying for a few weeks now. And there really isn't many POIs here. You see how this whole section here is the POI. This is the whole move that swept liquidity, not just necessarily something like this. This whole move here, a lot cleaner. You can mark it out, but this news. It's the whole move. I think it was like 200 pips in a day nearly. So yeah, what we basically had going into this is we had this consolidation section here, which I'd be observing price here. But what I'm interested in, and I will still be interested in, is potentially taking shorts down to January low way, and I would definitely be looking for shorts back into the range from here as we've taken external range liquidity. So let me just show you when was the days. So here we had forecast. I forecast everything before the moves actually happened as well within the Discord. Let me just mark this out. What was I looking for? Okay, so the only real piece of necessarily like interest that I did have was potential for here. We came into this demand here, and I was looking to, at the end of the day, because every structure is bullish at this point, every structure is bullish here. You see this is bullish from here to here. The higher time frame is bullish as well, and we come from weekly demand, so I'm not going to be short in this market unless we take external range liquidity, say something like this, bang, like that, then I'll short, targeting this internal range liquidity here. But at this moment in time we can still take longs because everything's showing us that it is bullish. We swept liquidity here, and then I was waiting. You want to make sure that you're following a higher time frame, and you want to be following, say, like 15-minute as your, you know, before you even think about going down to the lower time frame, you want to be focusing on getting your higher time frame narrative set up. So I'm aware that we can potentially break this high up here, and I am then going to be looking for a potential type 2 POI where I can trade against the 15-minute but pro 5-minute, or we can look for a 15-minute. We can look for a 15-minute order flow realignment. So here I'm seeing sweep like this, sweep, a break here, just like that, and I am seeing this as our M15 structure like this. Price could want to dip lower, but as you can see it didn't. And we come up, we break structure here, we hit an order flow realignment here. An order flow realignment here. And I would have been waiting for price to potentially come down here and give me an entry to take to the highs, but sadly it didn't. It just kept on going, and oh yeah, news. We hit news, that was it. Yeah, wasn't really too interested apart from when we hit this POI here. I would have potentially been interested in taking a long, but nonetheless we move. When was the next interesting piece of price action? I'm pretty sure it was Thursday. Where was it? Thursday here, yeah. Bang, I see these relatively equal highs. I'm then waiting for a 15-minute like this. There was, you could have got involved in this if you're using DXY as a confluence as well, because DXY made the lower low, and obviously if EU follows DXY, then we can look to get in at a POI here, a risk entry at a 15-minute POI. But we didn't, so I was then waiting for price to then break this and come back up, but as you can see it never come up, and it just dropped over 200 pips in one day like that. Crazy stuff. And break the structure. Yes, there was actually a trade. As you can see here now, we have this structure from here to here, this whole structure here. We have now this structure from here to here, and then we have the 15-minute here. When we get these large impulses to the downside, what you'll find is that, and you still have a higher time frame liquidity target, before that time frame is met, what you'll usually find is that price doesn't have to retrace all the way and fill all this imbalance. You see, so I'll follow the 15-minute if it aligns bearish, you see. So what I was seeing on the Thursday was we had a break-in structure here, take Asia high swept, and the 15-minute was then bearish. I then saw this POI here, which I set a limit on, just like this here, stop above. Stop was like a pip or so above. You see we didn't quite reach TP, so we ended up at break even, but it's okay, it's part of the process. And I am actually testing a new trade plan for Asia High and M5 breaks in structure, which I got a nice 2R trade from here, but I won't confuse you guys yet. Go over that. Right, so we're going to be looking now at the forecast for next week. I'm going to keep it nice, sweet, simple. Here to here. This is our POI. Here. I am now trading 15-minute within this POI to short down to the January low. Although we got a wick break here, which could potentially mean this is just a sweep for higher prices, I'm still seeing this as, you know, this level here as potentially holding for this January low. I've wanted this January low to go for ages now, for weeks. Obviously, just because I want it to go doesn't mean it has to. But I'm waiting for it to go. And I'll just short until it does, really. So the 4 hour here, you see we have our H1 structure here, from here to here to here. And we have, it's this whole structure here. Let's see if we have any POIs. Not particularly. I'll just mark out this whole zone, just so I'm aware. Demand. There we go. So right, the plan is now, as you can see, we have our H1 structure here. We have our H1 structure here, and we are going into this whole 4 hour range. And this level, I'm not a support and resistance trader, but you can clearly see that we are reacting from this level. I'd happily take a trade when we have taken external range liquidity into this POI, for example, and we get an order flow realignment on the 15 minute. As you can see, we take 1 hour external range liquidity, and then we break. Nice POI here. I then look to trade potentially within this POI to short. If it's a nice enough POI and I trust it that we are going down, for example, we sweep Asia highs or a major liquidity point, then I'll set a risk entry. But if I'm not too keen, then I'll just look for lower time frame confirmation within my 15-minute zone. So yeah, for now, let's just see how market opens. A lot of news this week. Got to be careful. So yeah, that was the kind of the breakdown of last week, and a little bit of a forecast for this week on EU. Sorry. Now let's go over. Oh yeah, I forgot to mark those actually. I always mark. Sorry, I should really clean my charts up after. Right, that's pointless. That's there. Yep. Okay, so. Sorry guys, I've got a bit of a cold this week, so I'm sniffing like fucking crazy. Previous weekly high. Previous weekly low. Okay. We now have our liquidity points set. Here we go. Nice. Liquidity points are set. Potentially a move down in London. We have, this is our 4 hour POI. I'd like to see a potential, maybe Asia high gives us this, and then London session tomorrow we take that liquidity point into this whole POI, break down, and then I'll be looking to definitely short from there. But I will be observing price there. So we have our liquidity points set. When was it? March. Yeah, this was February low. So yeah, I mean we're reacting off a February low as well. Let's just see what this week has in store for us. So now GBPUSD is an interesting one at the moment. As you can see on the weekly, we have sweeped external range liquidity and given quite a nice V-shaped reversal to the upside, breaking structure, and now I believe that, as you can see here, you need to use liquidity concepts in conjunction with structure as well. Liquidity without structure is nothing. Structure without liquidity concepts is also nothing. My cause to the upside here is that we have relatively equal highs here, and we also have previous monthly highs here. We know there's money above these highs, and what do we know when there's equal highs? Price runs those equal highs. It loves to target them. It's like a magnet for price. Opposing liquidity always takes the opposite side of liquidity, which we like to see as well. We see this nice weekly pin bar. Everyone would have been getting in here, all thinking, oh look, this pin bar, you know, it's consolidating around this pin bar. Oh look, everyone buy. It gives us a little bit of hope there, gives them a little bit of hope in here, and then bang, creates more equal lows. So people are going to be buying these equal lows, thinking that this pin bar or whatever fucking retail strategy you're going to use is going to work, and then bang, wipes us out. Look at the amount of liquidity this has taken. This weekly candle has taken just in itself. It's taken January low, it's then taken February low, and it's taken 3 weeks candles worth of lows. Well, four significant candle lows, and yeah, not gonna lie, I really like this as a sweep of liquidity. And look, it's left a very nice weekly wick to the downside. So where is the opposing liquidity in the market now? Where is it? Above these highs. Price now should be targeting these highs. So as we go down onto the 4-hour chart, as you can see, we had a sweep of liquidity here, sweep of equal lows here, and a break in market structure here, leaving a nice 4-hour POI here. It's not the greatest 4-hour POI, but you can clearly see that this is a sweep, because look at the move. Look at that move. Impulsive to the downside. Left imbalance. God fucking hell, this is cold, man. Yeah, it's left imbalance. It swept lows and then spiked all the way back up. I'd be very interested in the midpoint here, but as soon as price was touching this level, when we got any bullish intent, I was looking to trade to the upside, because price, like I said on EU, price doesn't have to always come down into these low parts. This is the whole POI. So if we get an entry, let's long it to the high. We know this is a weak high. We have this little bit of consolidation here, which I'm using another strategy to enter here. There was a nice 2R trade, but I'll get around to that in a separate video, actually outlining what the strategy is once I've tested it a bit more. But yeah, you can see all week we have pretty much been trying to target this high here. We come down, and then this was our week high. This was a sweep. I mean, it's obvious, guys. Like, this shit is so plain to see. It's, you know, this I'd love to see hold to these highs. Yeah, pretty much I'm going to be following it to the highs, and well, obviously not just buying, but if we get external breaks of liquidity points, then I'll be looking to trade short as well. We can trade both ways in the market. Let's have a look. Okay, so at this moment in time, 1 hour structure is here. I'm only really going to be going down to the 1 hour because that's all we need at the moment. And it's, look, this is just, it's beautiful, mate. It's bloody beautiful. I don't know why this is a supply colour when it should be demand. Look, even if we come down here, we have got equal highs now to target, and the previous weekly high. What do we know about previous weekly highs? They are liquidity points. What does price seek? Liquidity points. It acts as a magnet for price. It's the previous weekly high. So what I will be doing is, within this whole zone here, I'll be looking for a potential type 2 POI to trade M5 from, or I'll be waiting for M15 order flow realignment to trade to the upside. Let's have a look, see if we've got any type 2 POIs, which we are. Yeah, type 2 POI, perfect type 2 POI here. Well, Not too perfect because it doesn't have an imbalance, but we are still nonetheless a nice type 2 POI here. Let's type that in. Type 2, look, we have swept lows and initiated to the upside. And a clean move to the downside. This isn't any just a, you know, little trickle to the downside. This is clear liquidity that has been engineered with a consolidation. You want to see a consolidation before your POI as well. Not many people tell you this because they'll just go, oh look, oh, it'll go like that, and then they'll go, oh, this is a POI. But if you have a range, sweep, then down, this is such a stronger POI. And here, let's just have a look. Now, I don't know here, but I always like to check the volume profile as well when I'm checking my POIs, just to add a little bit of confidence. And there you go. The POC on the volume profile lines up perfectly to our POI. You can see this, and obviously you can see also here. It's just another confidence if price is setting up in this zone. You're obviously not just going to stick an order on this because price now has to come down into it. But I would like to now see a M5 from this zone potentially if we get it. But I want to see also a... I would like to also see a... Oh, that midway doesn't look nice. Yeah, I'd like to see an M5 in this zone, or a 15-minute order flow realignment, and then trade to the upside at this start of this Monday, start of the week. Cool. Right, now let's go. I mean, DXY, simple shit again. So I invert my DXY just before anyone. Oh no, fucking hell! I keep forgetting to do that. We need to mark the liquidity points on GU so far. We've got our previous weekly high. Where is our previous weekly low? Let's invert scale again. Previous weekly low, previous weekly high marked. And again, another liquidity point to target. Look, previous daily high. I'm off the ball a little bit today. Feeling a bit shit. Previous daily low. There we go. Nice. Let's clean that up a little bit. So, you know, we have course to the upside here. I am liking this area here. I'll also like this area if we get a break like that back under this, because previous weekly highs and previous daily highs, lows, whatever, they can be used as support and resistance as well. Obviously we're not support and resistance traders, but we can appreciate that it is a thing in the market. And if you see a sweep of the highs like this, like that, and then a potential break back down, and there's a nice POI to trade from, it's a nice added confluence, as opposed to trading above like this. We also have, I mean, I would still be looking at this POI here, maybe like the 50% of this POI, clearly because we swept so much liquidity there, but we are not there at the moment. I'm still just looking at this range. DXY, let's invert the scale. DXY is a bit different to EU, you see, at the moment, and for the pure reason of DXY has taken January low. This is what we're waiting for in EU, is for price to take January low. But you can see on DXY, clean sweep to the upside, to the downside, and a break to the upside. You can see it's clean, it's real clean. And here we go. We feel all the imbalance, and then we start moving to the upside. This is technically a weak high, so on DXY we have upside potential, because at the end of the day this is now bearish. Yeah, our high time frame structure from here to here is now bearish when we break this low, which does mean now that all of this, even this is internal range liquidity, and this is our extreme here, which is a perfect extreme because look at how it's formed. Look at it. Swept all of this. Look, we've got all of this consolidation before this POI, and a clear sweep of equal highs. We've got that clear sweep like that. Let's. It's a nice area to trade from. It's just a nice area to trade. Let's wait for this. It doesn't do it on DXY. But you can still see that it is a lovely area to trade from around this area here. So we could potentially even see DXY start pushing up and pushing up and pushing up and then come down. Yeah, just play it by here really. But that, I'm not going to be doing AU this week. And that is pretty much it for market forecast. As I keep doing these, I will get better at them, but this is just the start of them. Still getting my feet, talking to a microphone. Yeah, so market breakdown for the 19th of the 3rd, 23 done.